One of my favourite questions for my son is, tell me 3 things about your day. The things he shares can be good, bad or indifferent, but one-word answers are not allowed. Sometimes his answers lead to further discussion, other times they don't. Always, though, the question opens up the opportunity for us to chat. Following in that pattern, today I'm sharing with you 3 things about my week. I share this with the hope of inspiring curiosity, compassion, connection and conversation. If you'd like to hear more along these lines, please join my free newsletter, subscribe to my Top Tips playlist on YouTube and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. This week has been full on with work with some interesting cases. I'm acutely aware that whilst the more complex cases are interesting to me as a chartered physiotherapist, they can be all-consuming to the owner, for whom the horse is part of their family. That's one of the reasons I try so hard to explain what I'm doing and why, and to be an active part of the team, discussing the needs of the horse and the owner, with other practitioners involved in the horse's care, when appropriate. It's crucial to recognise my role as part of this team. It might seem like being a physio is just about assessing and treating the horse, but at times there can be a considerable amount of unseen care, with notes, messages, emails and phone calls. My brain's constantly whirring, thinking about the horses I've worked with, how I can better help them and their humans, and how I can take my learnings and use the knowledge to support others. A horse I've worked with has had a recurrence of gastric ulcers. This assumption, made by the owner, is based on a change in the horse's behaviour. Gastric ulcers have been diagnosed and treated in the past for this horse, with the initial investigation triggered by a change in behaviour. A gastroscope at that time confirmed the presence of gastric ulcers, and the behaviour went away when the ulcers were treated. The behaviour returned recently, so, with the vet's support, the owner has started treatment for ulcers again. Looking at this from a physio point of view, we know that gastric ulcers are commonly linked to neuromusculoskeletal pain. So, if I see a horse with recurring ulcers, I ask the owner to look into whether pain could be the underlying cause. The thinking is that neuromusculoskeletal pain, even at a low level, creates a level of internal stress for the horse. It's possible that this stress is then linked to the appearance of, or the flare-up of, gastric ulcers. In this horse's case, I noted pain at the end of the range of a particular movement when I first treated it several months ago. This pain was reduced significantly with treatment, and with the owner diligently following a home exercise programme. Once the horse seemed more comfortable, her workload gradually increased and the intensity of the home exercise programme was reduced. On the visit this week, I noted that the original pain reaction has returned, along with the behaviour that the owner associates with gastric ulcers. I've recommended that the owner increase the intensity of the home exercise programme and contact the vet to discuss this specific symptom of pain at the end of the range of the particular movement. We were able to film the reaction on the owner's phone, which will make it easier for her to explain to the vet. Being proactive in identifying and addressing potential issues is a crucial part of my approach to equine care, and being able to capture behaviour on camera is so helpful. Welsh Section Ds are a firm favourite of mine. My family bred 3 Welsh Section Ds from our mare Sheed and Saffron. Saffron was fantastic, being first my mum's pony, then mine, then my sister's. Then she bred 3 foals and went on loan to a pony club home before finally returning to me to retire. I have a wonderful watercolour of her on my wall, painted by the talented Judy Kingdon. I was privileged to add a new Welsh D to my books this week. He's a recent purchase, and his owner asked me to check him over. He is an absolute delight, and I said he'd be welcome to come and live with me. There was some muscle spasm in the saddle area, which isn't surprising given that he's changed weight and workload significantly since he arrived. The saddle fitter has visited, but for a variety of reasons didn't see the owner ride in the saddle. I stressed to her the importance of getting the saddle fitter back out so that this time he could watch her ride. I've checked with the Society of Master Saddlers and several saddle fitters, and the advice is always that the saddle fitter should see the horse ridden where possible. Do you have high blood pressure? I'm sharing this information because I believe it could potentially save your life. It's been a while since I home tested myself for sleep apnea, but the importance of being able to self-test was brought home to me after I recommended the test to a client. Sleep apnea is when your breathing stops and starts while you sleep. The most common type is called obstructive sleep apnea. Although I had various reasons for testing myself, it turns out that I don't have this condition. My client, however, suffers from a severe form of sleep apnea. Since sleep apnea is so treatable, in the vast majority of cases, I highly recommend getting yourself tested if it's something you feel you might have. If you're interested, I used the WatchPAT test, which you'll find available on various websites. If you Google it, it's WATCHPAT. The blurb on the Intus Healthcare website, for example, states, "Our home sleep test is quick and reliable for diagnosing obstructive sleep apnea. All sleep test results are analysed by our NHS qualified sleep professionals, and your results are with you within 2 working days. We use the innovative WatchPAT device for this sleep apnea test. This medically approved diagnostic testing equipment offers comparable testing accuracy to an overnight sleep test conducted at a hospital or a clinic. It's the most clinically validated home sleep apnea test available. Our in-house sleep doctors will diagnose obstructive sleep apnea and advise you of the most appropriate treatment. You must have a BMI below 45 and be aged 18 years or over to take this test." Symptoms of sleep apnea mainly happen while you sleep, but you might have a headache when you wake up, or during the day you might feel tired, find it hard to concentrate, or have mood swings. There are many potential causes of high blood pressure, and sleep apnea is one of them. So if you have high blood pressure and your partner has noticed that you snore a lot or stop breathing in your sleep, maybe it's worth considering getting yourself tested. I'm Sue Palmer, the Horse Physio, specialising in the links between pain and behaviour in horses and focusing on prevention, partnership and performance. I'm an author, educator and award-winning Chartered Physiotherapist, promoting the kind and fair treatment of horses through empathetic education. You can find the Horse Physio on the web, on Facebook, on Instagram and on YouTube. For news, views and exclusive deals, subscribe to my free newsletter. Thank you for your interest in this post. I appreciate your time and am grateful you chose to spend it with me. If you have found value in this article, please support me by liking, subscribing, following and sharing it on your favourite social media platform, and turn on the relevant notifications for future content from the Horse Physio. Please also take a moment to subscribe to my newsletter. Your support means the world to me and helps me continue creating content that matters to you.